history and timeline of the popular Legend of Zelda video game series is undoubtedly one of the most controversial topics to talk about, and has put many fans of the series at odds with one another. But this is because it's so interesting. So I thought, why not make a video about that? So basically, in the very beginning, the world and the land of Hyrule was created by the three goddesses. By the way, there are three goddesses. It's a little important. These are Din, the goddess of power, who created the land; Nehru, the goddess of wisdom, who created order in the world; and Fairori, the goddess of courage. She created life. Together, the three of them created the Triforce, a magical golden relic to hold their power, and entrusted it to the goddess Hylia. As you probably know, the Triforce is split into three parts, one for each goddess. These three parts are always carried by the three recurring incarnations of the main characters of the game. Link, the left-handed hero of the world, holds the Triforce of courage. Zelda, the mighty princess, holds the Triforce of wisdom. And Ganondorf, the Gerudo king and Dark Lord who wants to overthrow Hyrule, carries the Triforce of power. Basically, Link is the hero, whatever form he may take. Whether it be the hero of time, the hero of winds, or the hero of the Force Sword, etc. He's the savior of Hyrule, and with the aid of the Master Sword and various other items, he vanquishes the forces of darkness and restores peace, only for it to be unrestored soon after. Zelda is the princess of Hyrule, and as such, generally lives in Hyrule Castle. She is kind and possesses the power of the goddess, which is passed down through each generation of princesses through the royal family. Ganon and Ganondorf are two different things. Ganondorf is the name of the Gerudo king who possesses the Triforce of power. He doesn't always show up in every game, and he's really just the human form for Ganon to use, kind of like a vessel. Ganon, however, is the evil influence of every single game. He's the final boss and the embodiment of evil and destruction itself. There are a lot of different ways that people try and organize the Historia of Hyrule. That was a bad pun, but the most agreed on way is this. As mentioned previously, the three golden goddesses created the Triforce, the world, and the goddess Hylia, who they then entrust with the Triforce, right before leaving. Demise, the Demon King, summons an army of demons to attack the surface and claim the golden power. So the goddess takes all the humans up into the clouds and finishes sealing away Demise with a group of warriors. She hides away a magical sword for the chosen hero to use when he later appears. The chosen hero then arrives, and the goddess comes down to Skyloft in the form of Princess Zelda. Zelda is taken to the surface by the Demon King's servants, and Link is forced to go and rescue her. The hero of the sky defeats the Demon King and seals him away in the Master Sword and a pedestal in the sealed temple. The occupants of Skyloft then return to the surface to rebuild their lives. This new world on the surface becomes known as Hyrule. The descendants of the sky are magical beings and are known as Hylians, and are skilled in magical arts. Hyrule is a peaceful land. The legend of the Triforce, the goddess's golden power, spreads through the land, and its power is sought after by many. The Triforce is located in the sacred realm, but is sealed away by the goddess. Then the Temple of Time is built to hide the entrance of the sacred realm, as well as to secretly house the Master Sword. The royal family builds Hyrule Castle right in the middle of the land and establishes their kingdom. There is also a tradition of naming the Princess Zelda after the legend of the goddess. Years pass by in peaceful prosperity until one day when evil creatures suddenly reappear in hordes to come and destroy the kingdom and what once was. The Bikori, a race of tiny magical beings, come down out of the sky to give the new hero of men, the Light Force and Bikori Blade, a weapon powerful enough to drive away the darkness. The hero of men restores peace to Hyrule, and in an effort to squash any chance of the darkness returning, he seals them in a chest with the Bikori sword itself. The Light Force is then given to the princess to be passed down through the generations of the royal family. Exactly 100 years later, during a tournament of the annual celebration of the Bikori, a mysterious Vati wins the tournament and breaks the seal, releasing the darkness once again into Hyrule in an attempt to steal the Light Force. Before he vanishes, he turns Zelda to stone. The hero of the Four Sword, which is Link, goes out to find the Picori, who he thinks can help him find the four sacred elements of the earth, so to reforge the Picori blade as the Four Sword. This has the ability to split the user into 4 different versions of themselves. The hero then goes and finds Vati with the help of Vati's old mentor, and vanquishes him and restores Zelda. Hyrule was returned to peaceful times once more, although not for long. Vati returns to Hyrule all of a sudden and takes up residence in the Palace of Winds, terrorizing villages all over Hyrule. Though many other knights failed in defeating him, the new hero took up arms with the Four Sword and vanquished Vati once more, only to disappear in the woods afterwards. The people of the villages built a shrine around the Four Sword to protect it and honor this hero. You tired of Vati yet? Well, he comes back again when the seal weakens somehow and kidnaps the princess, although he retains no memory of his past self or the princess's power. Link, with the help of the Four Sword, the Grey Fairies, and a whole lot of courage, goes again to the Palace of Winds and again seals Vati back away in the Four Sword, for good this time. Years later, Hyrule enters a time of war and violence. Sometime during this period, a Hylian woman tries to escape this violence and takes her son to the Kokiri Forest to protect him. This son is Link. The Great Deku Tree watches after him and raises him just as if he were one of his own. A few years later, the Deku Tree sends a fairy to Link, and together they defeat an evil spirit sent by Ganondorf inside the Deku Tree itself. The Deku Tree gives Link the Kokiri Emerald just before dying, which he takes to the castle to give to Zelda. Link then gathered the rest of the spiritual stones. Returning to the castle, he finds Zelda fleeing and the ocarina left at his feet. When Link quickly enters the Temple of Time to retrieve the Master Sword, his spirit is put into a deep sleep for 7 years. The hero of time awakens to find that Ganondorf has obtained the Triforce of Power and has taken control of the ravaged kingdom of Hyrule. With the help of the 7 sages, Link is able to show down Ganon at his castle and defeat him again. Alright, so far this covers all the way up to the end of Ocarina of Time. I will not continue in this video because there's a tricky fork in the timeline where several different things can happen. And I'm working on a video for each one of those. I guess I'll just tell you that there are 3, well, kind of just 2.5. So subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss either of those. Thank you so much for watching. What did you think of the video? Did I miss anything? Make sure to comment below if you noticed something that I didn't, or if you have any ideas for future videos. Thanks a lot!